Look at all the sea lions. It's all these sea lions. We wanted to get closer so you guys can all see it, but look how beautiful it is. Just look how beautiful. Atheists, and these sci-fi lionists, I call them, they want everybody to believe that it all came from a big bang and that we came from radioactive soup. There's too many symbiotic relationships. Too many. It's too complex. There's no way that this could have happened over millions, hundreds of millions of years. You know what I mean? And they'll just keep adding time. They'll keep adding time onto their theory to make it more plausible, right? Because the longer the time that they add on, the harder it is for them to actually find the truth. They could just come up with a theory, a story, to get people interested in some kind of fantasy they come up with. Instead of saying, hey, listen, God created this all. There's too many complexities, and I mean, they don't even know what makes they don't know what makes our brains fire off, our neurons fire off thoughts and electricity. They don't know how the heart pumps. Okay? Yeah, they'll say it's muscle contraction. It's your muscle contracting, blood, which is the liquid, the life of blood that's flowing through your body. That's how it works. No, they don't know what actually makes it pump. They don't know what actually makes the electricity fire off in your brain. If there wasn't so much complexity in this whole thing, I might say, yeah, listen, we did come from soup. But with the water, I just showed you, if there wasn't any condensation and precipitation, there would be no rainfall. If there was no rainfall, we would have a very hard time getting water, okay? Especially trying to clean it out of that ocean, right? Because it's so salty. It would be too hard for animals to get water. I mean, it would be a dry desert land, okay? I mean, cacti, most of it is water, okay? If there was the birds, I think it's a desert wren, I believe it is. If they didn't have cacti so that they could extract water from it, they wouldn't exist. It's the same thing with just anything, even molecules. If there was no hydrogen, thered be no oxygen. If there was no oxygen, there'd be no hydrogen for us to have H2O, water. You know what I mean? Plants, they breathe in carbon dioxide, the bad air that we breathe out, and then they breathe out oxygen, the cleaner that we breathe in. Okay, look at all these trees. Look at all these trees. They have how much amazing amount of energy do they utilize that we can't see? And just the fact is like I said, carbon dioxide comes in, oxygen gets pumped out. We don't get to see those type of things. Okay? Don't let anybody fool you. Don't let your professor at college fool you. Don't let your elementary teacher fool your children. Don't let anybody tell you that God didn't create all this. It's way too beautiful. Way too beautiful. If you go to liesofthedevil.com, you'll see the audiobook for children called Big Brother David and Little Lady Grace. Big Brother David and Little Lady Grace. And there's an actual story called The Blob. And it's kind of like a tip of the hat to the actual horror film, The Blob, making fun of it. And basically, a scientist, like a Bill Nye scientist, goes into the classroom and starts talking about how this all came from a big bang. And Big Brother David and Little Lady Grace already know that that's a sham. That's not the truth. And so they get done. They listen to this guy and all of his rambling and all of his little, his little evolutionary his script that he goes off of, and then when the Q&A session happens, Big Brother David and Little Lady Grace are just slamming him they're just slamming him out in the open in front of all these students, letting him know how insane that theory is of the Big Bang and how evolution, started everything, which is, and it's done in a way that teaches kids how to be polite when confronting people about, what the sci-fi lientists put out there. But at the same time, it teaches truth on God and His creation. So you can go to liesofthedevil.com, pick up that audiobook, Big Brother David and Little Lady Grace. It's green. It's about 2 hours worth of stories about two different families that we wrote, and my wife edited together. It's fully theatrical. Anyway, here it is. You can get it at laymansbookstore.com as well, where there's even more free stuff for the kids. But don't let anybody tell you guys that God didn't create all this stuff. We're going to make a documentary on creation. it needs to be done, and it needs to be done in a way that nobody's really seen before. I know that there's a lot of great creationists that have put out stuff, but they haven't done it in a way that really can capture the essence of what God has really done here. You know, talking about the invisible carbon dioxide and the oxygen, you know, the way that trees work, you know, photosynthesis, the whole 9 yards, just the symbiotic relationships. They haven't really broken it down in that way and shown people nature footage. You know, I think that would be a beautiful thing, like a Discovery Channel type thing. Anyway, God bless. Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ which strengtheneth me. John 8:32, ye shall know the truth, and the truth will make you free. Go to liesofthedevil.com, sign up for the newsletter, order a bunch of free DVDs at that store. Go to laymansbookstore.com. There's an ad there, so you guys can go see that. I mean, it's got tons of information, tons of content that will keep you there for hours. You won't get through the information at laymansbookstore.com. It's purposely meant to do that, and it's a forever changing thing. My wife is constantly uploading amazing stuff there, and it's networking different ministries together and whatnot. Anyway, we're headed towards just south of San Jose, and I'm hoping that we're going to go for the documentary we're going to be putting out, go out and get footage of these tech gurus and get maybe even their ideas on religion and whatnot. So anyway, that's where we're at. We're just driving today. God bless. Thank you, everybody that's supporting us, that has supported us, that has ordered the DVDs so that they can get that information out to friends and family. Without you guys, well, really without God, obviously, first and foremost, but without you guys being there to help us so that we can pay for gas and get free DVDs out there to the people. Really, it's getting the free DVDs. That's where a lot of the cost is going. We wouldn't be able to do this without you guys. So thank you guys so much. God bless, and we'll talk to you later.